The Charles Theater is one of the last standing art theaters left from the 1930s. It is in Charles City and was built in 1935. The outside of the Charles City is a tree all in itself. Tall pillars and a cool display of gold figures as you enter the theater surprise you with its beauty.
It is known for the role it played in the history of American tractors. A native son, Charles Walter Hart, whose father owned 3 local farms, met Charles H. Parr in college. After graduating from the University of Wisconsin, Hart and Parr developed a 2-cylinder gasoline engine and set up their business in Charles City in 1897. It was here, in 1901, the term tractor, with Latin roots and a combination of the words tractin and powerful, was first coined by Hart and Parr. In 1903, the firm built 15 tractors, the first successful production model tractor line in the U.S. In the 1,400-pound number 3 is the oldest surviving internal combustion engine tractor in the United States, and it is on display at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C.
In 1929, Hart-Parr was one of the 4 companies that merged from Olivia Farm Equipment Company and finally the White Farm New Idea Company Co. At its peak in the mid-1970s, the sprawling plant complex 23 acres and employed near 3,000 workers. In 1980s, farm crisis and other economic pressure led to the closing of the plant in 1993. As of 2013, the vacant site stands ready for reuse.
There was a tornado on May 15, 1968. 13 people died. Hundreds were injured. It was the largest twister ever recorded in the state. The damage estimated of more than $20 million. The cost of human suffering was much greater. The tornado was recorded as an F5.
According to the local lore, in the 1920s there was a fiery train crash that killed many passengers. One car was full of orphan children who perished in the fires. It is said that the ghost children can still be heard crying, and sometimes the smell of burning is detected. Some have seen the ghost of a little girl walking through the woods in a white dress.
Charles City College, the girls' dormitory, has 1700 Clark Street, was used for a new hospital, Cedar Valley Hospital. In 1970, the building became the home of Comprehensive Systems Crestview Administration's Office.
And other disguise rammed down the door of Floyd County Jail, Charles City, with rallying. Sheriff William Sherholm and several dispute offered only feeble resistance as the mob seized one of the prisoners, James Cullen, a wealthy, white 62-year-old contractor. Cullen had murdered his wife, Ann Stevenson, the previous day. As the mob halted Cullen to a bridge over the Cedar River, Frank Roper, a Salvation Soldier officer, entreated to say a prayer for Cullen over the vehement protest of some of the less patient members of the mob.
Cullen, at Roper's instance, offered a prayer of his own at the real kid that had acted in self-defense, rejecting the suggestion from the lynchers who wished to fill Cullen's body with bullets. One of the ringleaders insisted that a simple hanging would suffice. Approximately 500 residents of Charles City, including women and children, witnessed Cullen's hanging from Main Street Bridge at 11:30 p.m.
Now you know more about
the history of our great town. Woo.